broadcast. We talked about this last week, but Mr. Bobby Gerace is in New York this weekend, and shocking that he's from New York.
You should see the pictures. All he's been sending me is pictures of food.
But the good thing here is for the audience tonight that people will be able to understand you because you're from Texas and not from New York, so you don't have this terrible accent. So that's a good thing. But we are here. It's Lago Vista football against the Lampasas Badgers. We had a little bit of a lightning delay going into the game, but now we are ready to kick off just right at about the exact time. So we'll take a quick break. It is going to be probably about a 7:33 kickoff, and we'll be right back. It is the Viking Sports Network, powered by KMAX Sports.
Do you love the game of football? Wish you could be part of the action? Then become a football official. The Austin Football Officials Association is actively seeking new members to officiate games all across Central Texas. The Austin Football Chapter of TASO, the Texas Association of Sports Officials, provides a 2-year training program for new members. Taught by a crew of veteran officials, these training classes meet each Monday night from July through November and include classroom and on-field instruction. You don't need to be an ex-player or a coach to become a great official and have a memorable officiating career. As our officials will tell you, working around student athletes at all levels of football is gratifying. Plus, you'll develop lifelong friendships with other officials who share your passion for the game. Officiating football is a great way to get into and stay in shape, be a positive role model for student athletes, retain your competitive edge, and earn additional income. Visit the Austin Football Officials Association online at afoa.ws for more information. That's afoa.ws.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Socialize with us.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click. It's real easy, man.
On Twitter at KMAX Sports, or catch us on Facebook. Search KMAX Sports. Just another way KMAX Sports is bringing your teams to you.
All right, we are back. It is time for kickoff. So here we are, week 2, when we always talk about the the different seasons of football. This is just season 1, number 1, pre-district action. I would say, talking to the coaches last week, they were disappointed in the 20-7 loss against Blanco, but they did see a lot of positive as Lampasas kicks off. That's number 2, their quarterback, Ace Whitehead, as it goes to number 18 tripped up. That's 18 Brent. Oh no, I'm in the wrong one. That's 18 Brenton Webb. Fisher Topo on the return brings it out to about the 28-yard line, where he's taken down. The Viking offense will take over. Now the interesting thing, last week Lago Vista faced an offense that was very much like theirs. We're gonna run. Tonight the Lampasas offense is going to throw and is going to throw and is going to throw. The quarterback, Ace Whitehead, for Lampasas. If you have a name like Ace Whitehead, you're going to be a good quarterback, probably.
Well, you definitely have to adjust for coverage.
That's Sam Hurley goes in the motion. He takes the pitch to the left side. He gets across the 30, taken down at about the 32-yard line. Good tackle made by number 33, Landon Irvin, for Lampasas. About a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8. Number 27, Kobe Allen, in on that tackle as well. And this is the, last year watching the Vikings on offense, at this point they would have run 2 plays already. But they were quick. They're going to huddle up now, and Sam Hurley goes into motion, and Buck Pounds is going to pitch to his right. It was intended for Sam Hurley, fumble on the play, but Cody Jackson wisely picked it up. Decent little gain on the play. And
He might have got a yard or two.
yeah, that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Vikings. Buck Pounds in at quarterback. We've got Cody Jackson, Sam Hurley, and Lane Powers in at the running backs. Wide receiver to the left side, that's number 15, Gonzo Hidalgo. Number 9, Isaac Roney, wide receiver to the left side. Sam Hurley gives going motion to the left side. Buck Pounds takes it himself. He gets across the 50, the 40, taken down at the 35-yard line. And that's a great gain as they've got to respect the pitch to Hurley. Buck Pounds found a little seam, and he took it for a big gain, moves the chains, gets across midfield, take it down at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
Oh, he had a good-sized hole. He saw it. He took it. Great yardage on that play.
And Cody Jackson goes into motion, going to be handed off up the middle to Sam Hurley. Hurley fights for a couple of yards across the 35-yard line, brings up 2nd and 8. Game's just getting underway, just under 10 minutes left in the first quarter. This is the Lago Vista Vikings' first possession of the game, 0-0. This is a big test for the Vikings. Lampasas has size.
And numbers.
And numbers, yes, they do. So, one of the things, you can't coach speed, you can't coach size. So we're going to see, it's important for us to be able to win the battles inside. And Buck Pounds is going to fake up the middle lane. Powers takes it for a couple, gets down to about the 30. We'll go, baby, about the 32-yard line.
Yeah, picked up 2 yards. Maybe 3. 2.
So we'll go 3rd down and 6. Lago Vista at the 32-yard line. Now, one of the things that the coaches were they were encouraged by as the Vikings come to the line. They've got 3 in the backfield. Cody Jackson goes into motion, and there's a false start. Oh, boy, Buck Pounds was he was looking for a quick pass on the fly to Roney on the right side. We'll see who jumped first. I think it was the defense, but we'll see if they call. Isaac Roney's got to be upset because he's like, you called my number. We were about to give me the touchdown pass, and doggone it.
Well, he wasn't alone out there, though. He definitely had some pass coverage on him. So number 13, Clayton Bieber, was right there with him.
That's going to go encroachment against the Lampasas Badgers. That's going to bring it up 3rd and 1. And here, if you're Coach Phillips, you've got 2 plays to gain a yard, so you're going to go for it. I don't know if you maybe go for a little trickery on 3rd down and 1, or we'll see what they call.
That's a good big yardage opportunity.
Buck Pounds is going to keep it himself. He's going to pitch to his right. We got a flag on the play as Cody Jackson. He was taken down at about the 26-yard line. Not sure if he's going to have enough yardage, but we'll see what the penalty is. That's probably going to go against the Vikings. I believe that was a holding penalty.
Holding or blocking in the back. You try to teach the kids to not hold. Don't block if you can't see their face.
That's going to be a personal foul, chop block. Got to move it back 15. So instead of a very manageable 3rd and 1 at the 27-yard line, we'll go back to a 3rd and let's see how far they'll move it back. It looks like it's going to be 3rd and 14.
Well, and there's a difference between a roll block and a chop block, as chop blocks are not legal in football, but a roll block is. And it can be really effective against some of these bigger guys if done right.
Coach Phillips was arguing his case, just demonstrating what he felt the offensive lineman did.
Yeah, there's a difference. Roll block.
Isaac Roney to the right side. Gonzo Hidalgo spread wide to the left. Sam Hurley goes into motion. Buck Pounds is going to roll to his right. Now pass it back to Hurley. Hurley's got the 45, and There was a lot of motion in that play for a 1-yard gain.
A lot of lateral motion.
A lot of lateral motion. So that brings up fourth and 16. That's going to bring out the punt unit of a promising drive knocked out by a big penalty.
Yeah, those penalties are killers. They were within striking distance.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what that's exactly what the Vikings wanted to do. Just grind, get that big play.
Sure.
And there's a snap that goes to number 99. That's our punter.
Oh, it hit him in the foot.
There's a live ball going to be taken down at the 10. He's got some yardage, got some space, got some green. He's at the 30, and he breaks another tackle. He's got one man to beat. That's number 99. Unfortunately, we don't have number 99's name on the roster, but he saved a touchdown. I tell you what, that was fielded inside the 5-yard line.
Yes.
A couple missed tackles, and
about 6 missed tackles.
He was able to bring that past midfield, and
they were there.
Yep.
They were all around him. They just didn't wrap up. They had contact, but
that's the other thing you always coach is don't give up your outside shoulder, right? Don't let him to the outside. He was able to get out, and that led to a big gain.
Oh yeah, well, getting there is one part. Once you do, though, you have to wrap up, make contact, and wrap up. Otherwise, you bounce off, and a good running back will keep his legs moving forward. And that's the result, is a good, solid 40-yard gain.
What we were talking about as the referees switch a couple of balls around, the Vikings, the coaches were encouraged because they saw some plays last week that could have gone big if we had gone inside instead of outside. So they felt pretty good. We got William Vasquez, Jack Hood, and number 79, Griffin Beard on the defensive lineman. That is number 22, Jack Jerome, gets around the outside corner. Big gain, gets down to, we'll go inside the 30.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got it taken down about the 24.
That kid's fast.
Yeah, Preston Coffey on the stop made a, again, if you're on the outside edge like that, if you don't make the stop, you're giving up a touchdown.
They didn't. I don't think the Vikings saw him.
Ace Whitehead in at quarterback is going to throw incomplete, pass intended for number 1, Cameron Everett. He's a lefty.
Sure enough.
They'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That pass was there, too. The receiver just looked like he was trying to hug a big teddy bear. His hands were not close enough at all to that football. Went right through.
So we've got 2 wide receivers spread to the right side, 1 to the left side, 2 in the backfield for Whitehead. And he is going to hand off to number 1. Nice tackle. Cameron Everett's taken down by number 12, Nathan Weekman. Really nice tackle made by the junior. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 10.
I believe there was number 88 in on that play, too. William Vasquez.
Jack Hood, William Vasquez, and Griffin Beard at the 3-4 on the defensive line. 2 spread wide to the left, 2 to the right, 1 in the backfield for Whitehead. And he is going to hand off up the middle, taken down by about 4 Vikings. That was number 22, Jack Jerome. Solid gain on 3rd down. That's going to bring up 4th and 5. And what do you do here if you're lamb passes?
Well, I haven't really seen them. They haven't had many plays going yet. They did have 1 failed pass, and so they seem to be good running to the outside. They've got some speed, and
they're going to go for it.
They're middle of the field right now. They can go either way.
2 spread wide to the left, 2 to the right. Whitehead's going to roll to his left, and the pass is complete.
Touchdown.
To number 1, Cameron Everett. He drags a defender in for the score. Lamb passes scores first blood with 5 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Lamb passes 6. Lago Vista 0.
Yeah, he had him. He had him at the 2-yard line. Again, pretty good running skills on Lampasas. He just picked his legs up, walked right out of that tackle.
Yep.
They are kicking for the extra point. Kick.
And
Is
the kick is good. All right, so with 5 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Lampasas 7, Lago Vista 0. It is the Viking Sports Network powered by KMAC Sports.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPETexas.com. And also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
1, 2, 3, hit! More coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man!
This is the KMAC Sports Network.
Welcome back. It is the KMAC Sports Network, the Viking Sports Network, powered by KMAC Sports. KMAC Sports is now powered by Vype Sports. And I will say, if you go to Academy, there's a free high school football magazine that's put out by Vype. It's the high school, Central Texas High School preview. And I picked that up this weekend, and it's pretty awesome. So, well done for the producers on that one. That was an entertaining read.
What is all in that?
Oh, just a little preview of just about every high school team in Central Texas. They got a little bio about Lago Vista. They've got some about Lampasas, and it's they go all the way down to private schools. As that's number 2, Ace Whitehead kicks off short. It's going to be fielded at the 25 by Sam Hurley. He goes to the right side, left side, taken down at the 30 by 6 Lampasas Badgers. And that's what you want to do. You want to get to the ball, get to the ball.
You want to, yeah. Oh, yeah, you want to swarm the ball. Definitely swarm. Stay in your lane till it's time to break over. Follow the football. There's been a lot of games lost with just special teams where they went out and slacked just a little bit. Coach never likes when you have a 90-yard return.
That's right.
Kickoff. Unless it's your 90-yard return.
Right. So Buck Pound's going to come under center again. He has Sam Hurley, Cody Jackson, and Lane Powers in the backfield. And handoff right up the middle of Lane Powers. Very little there. But that's the thing about this offense is just keep chunking. And the big hits are going to be there. You just got to stay patient.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a ground-driving offense. It just it gets a little more difficult whenever you have size and numbers on the opposing team if they can just keep throwing fresh bodies out there.
Yep. And Cody Jackson goes into motion. Buck Pounds is going to fake it to Lane Powers. Sam Hurley is going to get around the left side. He's going to be taken down. He made one man miss, and then that cornerback came up and denied him additional yardage. Brings up 3rd and 7.
That cornerback was paying attention.
Yes, he was.
And he stayed home, which is also something really hard to teach and coach to these young men. Stay and play your side of the field. Had he committed to that inside middle fake,
right,
that'd have been another 30, 40 yards for us.
Yeah, Hurley had some distance on it. So we've got a big 3rd down and 8, 3 in the backfield, and that's going to be Cody Jackson goes into motion. Buck Pounds is going to take it himself. He's got some space. He's across the 40, 45, first down for the Vikings.
Again, 5 Badgers on the tackle.
Yeah,
they were there.
Yes, they were. 45-yard line, the Vikings have it at, so 1st and 10. 3 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Lago Vista trailing 7-0. Lago Vista's first drive was promising, and they had a critical penalty on the 3rd down as the ball's out on the ground. Cody Jackson recovers it. Cameron Everett's for Lampasas was signaling, and that was Lampasas' ball, but everybody signals, but come on. That was pretty obvious.
Yeah, there's always hope. especially if you never saw the play.
Yeah, all right. So 2nd and 12 is the Vikings, and that's a critical mistake for this offense because 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7 is way better than 2nd and 12.
Well, now the grass is still really wet out there, so football probably really wet.
Sam Hurley goes into motion. Buck Pound's looking to pass. He's got Cody Jackson wide open, and it went off of his hands. My goodness.
We're just going to blame that on the wet football.
Yeah, man,
again.
that football was so wet. Dang it. That was a...
Now we have a new dry football. We'll see how this works.
Cody Jackson came out on that wheel route, and...
He was there.
Yeah,
it was pretty.
It was pretty. And it just didn't work out.
It was beautifully thrown. It was in front of him. It was right a little over head level. Easy catch.
He had probably one man to beat for a touchdown. But here we go. We got 3rd and 12, and Sam Hurley goes into motion. Buck Pound's going to take it. He's going to fake the pitch and take it down at the original line of scrimmage, 4th down and 10.
I don't know how much if he was tackled, it almost looked like he just slipped while trying to cut back in.
You know, he looked like he was going to pitch because that's an option for him, but either way, that play was pretty well sniffed out.
Well, and I saw a pretty good roll block. I can't tell from this side of the field, but it definitely looked like a defensive end, left side, effective roll block. No flag.
And here's the kick. That's nice punt. It's going to land at about the 33-yard line, and touchdown by number 12, Nathan Weekman. And I would really like to know who number 99 is. That's a new one. We don't have that on our roster.
I don't think Coach Phillips would probably appreciate us texting him to ask at this point in the day. But
let me just go ask him real quick. Go ask Coach Castle. Castle. All right, 2:07 left in the first quarter. Lago Vista trailing 7-0 as Lampasas comes out with their second possession of the game. They scored a touchdown and a nice screen pass as Ace Whitehead has 3 wide receivers spread to his right. He fakes the handoff. He looks down the field. He's got some pressure. And he's going to throw that one out of bounds. Nice pressure put on by number 88, William Vasquez.
Yeah, well, Lampasas had plenty of time to throw the football.
Yep.
They were camped out back there for a little while, that is for sure.
We got number 21, Noah Vasquez in at left end. His brother, William Vasquez, on the right end. Number 72, Nathan Cannon in at nose tackle. That's number 62, I'm sorry. Marlowe as the pitch goes out to the right side. That's number 1, Cameron Everett. He's pushed out of bounds after a gain of over 10, so we'll go another first down.
Yep, Vikings defense is having a little bit of a problem trying to get away from the offense. Almost like they're just being held up for some reason.
Whitehead has 2 in the backfield, and he is going to fake. And that was well sniffed out. There were a lot of Vikings giving chase. He tried a little fake to Jack Jerome. No one bought the fake. Everybody went with him.
It almost, though, he kind of threw a leg in there. They almost tripped each other up back in the backfield.
Yep.
It was a half a step, regained balance.
2nd and 10 now for the Lampasas Badgers. We got 1 spread wide to the right, 2 to the left, 1 in the H-back position, 1 in the backfield. And Whitehead fakes, and he's looking down the field. He's looking. He's got plenty of time. Finally, Jack Hood gives him some pressure. 2 Lampasas Badgers in the same area, but the catch is made by number 5, Jalen Porter. He takes it in for a touchdown. We got a flag on the play. We'll see.
Ruh-roh. Good Lord, did Lampasas have a lot of time to throw that football.
They are... well, and you see that a lot because Lampasas had 2 wide receivers in the pretty much the same place, and that's never a good thing when you have 2 wide receivers going for the ball.
No, it's not, but
But it worked out well for him.
Yep, our line is going to have to get through there and put a little pressure on that offense.
And that's going to go against Lampasas. Looks, illegal man downfield. So that takes away a touchdown. Thank you very much. 2nd and 15 now. We have 1:17 left in the first quarter.
Penalties are never a welcome thing unless it's a penalty on the opposing team.
Exactly. We would appreciate that. 2 spread wide to the left. Ace Whitehead. Looks like he wants to change the play a little bit, as the entire field is looking to the bench saying, what are we doing? 1 spread wide to the right, 1 in the backfield. And a little bit of a high snap, well corralled. And there's some pressure on Whitehead. And number 52, Jack Hood. I think that was a pretty amazing catch by number 21. I believe that's Acel Gary on the bench for Lampasas. The crowd gave him a round of applause. But they got some pressure on Whitehead on that play, and that was helpful.
They did, and if they can continue that, their routes aren't developing very quickly. These are not short little 10-yard routes that they're running right now. They're pushing every bit of 15, 20-yard routes. If they can get some pressure, it'll shut that down.
Whitehead's got 3 spread wide to his left side. It's going to be a little bubble screen to number 5. And taken down nicely that'll bring up 4th down again. We'll give them 6 on that one. I didn't see who made that tackle, but they're going to go hurry up and they're going to go for it here.
It looked like Jack Hood was at least in there. They were on the football.
Whitehead takes another step back, and Whitehead, I'm quarterback, I'm punter. I'll do whatever I want. He's going to punt that ball as it hits the Lago Vista cheerleaders along the right side. Ball's going to be marked out of bounds at the 23-yard line. So Lago Vista escapes some, that was great. Good defensive stop, and so that'll be, I think if you're Lago Vista, you got to feel good about how this quarter has shaped up. You've come in and you've shown, we can play with Lampasas.
Well, and what's really good to see, if you're Lago Vista, is that you have the ability to adapt your defense as well, because Lampasas came out just pretty much on the ground with the ball, and then almost this entire quarter has just opened it up for these long, like I said earlier, 15, sometimes 20-yard passes. They shortened that up that last drive there and with that little bubble screen, and didn't work out, so we'll see what they do.
14 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Buck Pounds under center. He's going to hand that ball up the middle. Lane Powers, he is, I'd say, powering his way for a solid gain of 8 yards. I tell you, that's probably the first time today, definitely, that I've seen Lane Powers get ahead of steam. And when he runs, he is tough to bring down. That's going to wrap up the first quarter. It is Lampasas 7, Lago Vista 0. It is the Viking Sports Network, and we're powered by KMAX Sports. And I'm talking a little slower because I'm trying to find the right thing to play here. Here we go. Nope, that wasn't the right thing either. So we'll go this one. Let me turn the volume up. There we go.
Programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
All right, we're back. It is the beginning of the second quarter. Lago Vista trailing 7-0. Want to thank our sponsors, our local sponsors, Domino's Pizza, sponsor of the halftime show, Sail and Ski. Thank you very much for being our game sponsor this evening.
I saw the last home game there in Lago Vista that I believe Sail and Ski had one of their boats.
Oh, that was a beautiful boat. All right, we've got second. Are the chains backwards? No, we're good. Okay, I'm just backwards in my mind. That's going to move the chains for a first down, as that was Lane Powers carried the ball to the 35-yard line.
Everybody's blue and white on the field.
Yes, they are. So that'll move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Buck Pounds under center, 3 in the backfield. Sam Hurley goes into motion, and he's going to fake to Lane Powers, pitch it out to Cody Jackson. Cody Jackson at the 5, or takes it for a 5, 10, 15-yard gain, taken down just short of midfield. Another first down run for the Vikings.
Yeah, he got some distance on that. You could tell he knew he was getting ready to get tackled. He did a really good job of covering up the football, and before he went down.
Well, that's you've got to feel good about that. As the Viking offense is progressing from week to week, they look strong and they look like they're moving. Buck Pounds takes it up the middle. That was an interesting. I don't know if that was designed, but what it looked like is he hiked, paused for a second,
and dove,
and then just dove.
Yeah.
With Buck, maybe that'll work from time to time. Who knows?
Hey, he picked up a couple yards off of it.
So 2nd and 8 now, and again, 2nd and 8. That's what you want out of this offense as we come up to 10 minutes left in the first half. Gonzo Hidalgo comes out to the left side. Isaac Roney to the right side. Sam Hurley goes into motion. Buck Pounds is going to pitch it to him. And, he's going to get a nice seam for a nice gain. Gets up to about the 42-yard line. He had, there were men in the backfield, and Sam Hurley did a great job of seeing a little space, made a cut, and had a positive gain instead of getting hit in the backfield.
Oh, you like to see them when they find that hole and you see them explode into daylight. It's just as hearsay for a minute until we have confirmation.
Sure. The word on the street is that's Bryce Erickson, number 99, and I think that's true.
We're receiving confirmation.
Yeah.
Brothers.
Lane Powers up the middle. He's going to dive across the 40-yard line for the first down.
He got a good extra yard of sliding.
Yes, he did.
That field's got to be wet.
Yes. So the Viking offense is churning along, and this is kind of what they want. And Coach Phillips said you want to be able to run, but you want to be able to pass when you want to pass, not when they want to pass. So I would expect at some point to see Buck Pounds try to hit one pretty quick, as Lane Powers is going to take the fake up the middle. Cody Jackson goes around the 30. Ball's out, and that is going to be recovered by Lampasas.
We're just going to go ahead and attribute that to the wet football theory.
Well, that's a tough one. I mean, we were just talking about.
You got to cover up the ball and go down. A lot of fumbles you see is when third effort, yeah. Well, the back is standing straight up at that point in time, and it's also not a great career move for you, because that's where somebody comes in and a little term we like to call trucking happens.
Well, another impressive drive by the Vikings has stalled out, or it was interrupted, we'll say.
Hey, they were moving the ball, and we do have confirmation. Number 99 is Bryce Erickson.
Okay.
He is a sophomore.
Okay.
And they have him down as kicker.
So Whitehead comes out. He's got 2 to spread eye to his right, an H-back, a halfback, and 1 to his left. He's going to roll to his left, hit number 5, and
out of bounds.
He's going to be pushed out by number 11, Clayton Leggett. Hit us up on social media, by the way. If you'd like to chat with us on Twitter, at LV Viking Sports. Coach Hill, give a little shout out to Coach Hill. Thanks for listening. And that's going to be a handoff up the middle. Number 22, Jack Jerome, takes it for about, and we'll give him a 6-yard gain on that one. And they go to the hurry-up offense as Whitehead has 2 spread wide to his right, 1 to his left, 1 in the backfield. That's going to be Jerome up the middle again. Short gain. Lampasas feels like they got the first down. The referee says something different as it'll be 3rd and 1. And I think what Lampasas is going to want to do here is they're going to want to push the pace.
Yes, they are. And they're doing it.
So they got 3rd and 1, 2 spread wide to the left, 2 to the right, 1 in the backfield. Vikings showing a little bit of a blitz. Whitehead comes to the line, changes the play. And he's going to take it himself. He's going to have enough for the first down at the 40, well, we'll go the 44-yard line. And that's dangerous. You know, it's a dangerous offense because there's a lot of different things you can you've got to defend out of this one. As Whitehead comes to the line again, 3 spread wide to the left this time, 1 to the right, 1 in the backfield. Whitehead surveys. And he's going to fake it to Jerome. He looks left, and he's going to take it himself. Nice tackle made by number 12, Nathan Weekman, who that was a great open field tackle.
That was a great tackle. He is doing what some of the other Vikings, his teammates, need to pay attention to, and he is wrapping up when he's making contact, and that makes all the difference in the world.
Brings up 2nd and we'll go 2nd and 9. As Cody Jackson checked into the game, and then he checked right out. Wasn't quite ready yet. 2 spread wide to the left, 1 to the right. And that's going to be a handoff up the middle to number 22, Jerome. He's got some space. First down and 10 inside the 30 as we are at 7 minutes remaining in the half. There's a lot of yellow on the radar. Is that going or coming?
It's pretty much fading out.
All right, then. Oh, sorry. I was like, God, this is like the Viking offense last year. I looked down for a second, and they were running another play.
Well, they were still kind of just standing around. I don't know what happened there.
A flag on the play, though. Looks like they are pointing toward Lago Vista. We'll see what the official sign is. What is that sign? Is that illegal? Too many men on the field, perhaps?
I couldn't see. I've got a pillar in the way. I'm not sure what that was, but we had movement, so.
7 minutes left remaining in the first half. Lampasas leading 7-0 driving. And that's going to be a false start as the wide receiver on the left, that's number 6, Michael Murray, just flinched. And he's standing right in front of the referee, so that's a little hard to hide that one.
Yeah, you can't quite jump back. That was a little much.
He was ready, though.
He's got long legs, too, so he was out there pretty quick. Illegal motion on the offense. Yeah, it looks like skies are kind of clear for now and hopefully for the next half of football coming up.
Right, exactly. As we've got first down and 10 now, we've got 1 spread wide to the left, 2 to the right, 1 in the backfield for the lefty quarterback, Ace Whitehead. And he takes a snap. He's going to fake to Jerome. He's going pressured. Taken down by Jack Hood.
There you go.
Nice sack. Short loss on the play. Brings up 2nd and 12. I didn't see who applied the initial pressure, but Whitehead was able to escape one. And then Hood came in and cleaned up the mess.
Yeah, I couldn't quite catch it either. I just saw Hood coming like a freight train. Quarterback is lucky he didn't get all the way a hold of him.
3 spread wide to the right for the lefty, Whitehead. 1 to the left and 1 in the backfield. And Whitehead takes the snap. He's going to look to the end zone, and that is thrown out of bounds. Pass intended for Michael Murray. Good defense by number 9, Isaac Roney.
Oh, yeah, he was right there with him. He was right there, and he was watching. That's got to be comforting, at least if you're a Viking, to know that on the deep passes you've got good pass coverage.
I'm going to make a correction on that. That was number 8, Mason Hines, on the coverage.
Oh, you never know. Isaac may have wanted to be there.
Yeah. We've got 2 wide receivers spread to the left and the right, 1 in the backfield, and Whitehead takes a snap. He looks for a quick pass, and now he's going to be pressured, looks to throw the ball away.
Hey, he threw it towards the receiver this time.
Yeah, that's good. And that'll bring up 4th and 14. Again, a nice defensive stop here, and I'm going to guess Lampasas is going to go for it here. You know, they're at the 35-yard line. If you don't get it, okay, that's fine. But you're going to have to make Lago Vista drive the ball.
Yeah, they've got good field position.
Yeah.
See if they can capitalize on it.
3 spread wide to the left, and Jerome's going to go into motion. He's going to go out wide to the right. Whitehead is going to survey the field, pressured a little bit by Vasquez, and he's got a lot of grass in front of him. He's at the 20, the 15, pushed out of bounds by number 12, Nathan Weekman. And that's going to be enough for the first down.
Number 4, Grant Arrieta was right there helping out on that.
Well, and that's the danger of a quarterback like Whitehead, because you gotta respect the pass, but he can run as well. As he comes to the line, he's got 2 to the left, 1 to the right. And handoff up the middle to Jerome. Jerome's going to get through a couple of tackles, but I tell you what, number 4, Grant Arrieta, stood him up, made a great tackle.
Number 35 as well. So that'd be Josh Hernandez was right there at the end of it, making sure no forward progress was happening. Put him the rest of the way down.
Brings up 2nd and 5. The ball is inside the 10-yard line. Whitehead has 2 in the backfield. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And he is going to hand that off to number 1. He's in for the score. That was Cameron Everett. Very well blocked. And Cameron Everett goes in for the score.
You know, Lampasas has a couple of running backs. What these guys make up for in speed, they're fast. They're not the biggest guys in the world, and it's making them really hard to tackle because they're already low to the ground and they are moving.
Lampasas goes for the extra point. The kick is up, and the referee's nod. The kick is good. So with 4 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in the first half, Lampasas 14, Lago Vista 0. It is the Viking Sports Network, powered by KMAX Sports.
Sail and Ski Center is a full-service boating lifestyle store. Whether it's selecting and purchasing a new or used boat, maintaining the boat you already have, or enjoying your boat with friends and family, Sail and Ski is dedicated to delivering the absolute best boat ownership experience for all of our customers. That's why Sail and Ski was voted Boating Industry Magazine's #1 boat dealership in North America. Find us at our locations in Austin or in Lakeway, or at www.sailandski.com. At Sail and Ski Center, we make selecting, owning, enjoying, and servicing your boat easy.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
All right, welcome back. It is the Viking Sports Network. Also want to talk about if you're not at home, it's not a problem, because now you can get pizza delivery to over 50 unexpected outdoor locations in Lago Vista, like designated parks, pools, and more with Domino's Hotspots. Visit Domino's.com for details on Domino's Hotspots. 4:56 remaining in the half. Okay. I looked up for a second. It was 17-0 on the scoreboard. I thought I didn't miss a field goal. But they have fixed it. It is 14-0.
They're in there pushing buttons like we are. So.
Exactly. What's this one do? What's this one do?
I grew up like that. I'm still like that.
Yeah, that's the way to be. Lampasas kicks off. That's Ace Whitehead for the kickoff. That's going to be fielded at the 32 by Fisher Topo, taken down about the 34-yard line. So Vikings take over with decent field position. Plenty of time. You still got a ball game here. It's 14-0. No problem. No reason to panic.
No,
just play your game. Play your game.
A little over 4.5 minutes is a lot of football. We have a little halftime coming up.
Exactly.
A little time to regroup, take a look, see if we can't replicate the drive we had previously. We're about to find out.
All right, Buck Pounds comes out, looking to get some stuff done offense. And there's going to be a delay of game. I will not call out the player that they were yelling at, but there was one player that was not on the field. And Coach Baugh is expressing to him that he would like him to be on the field now. I think that's the best way to say that.
Yeah, you need him. I mean,
you kind of do need him.
Yeah. Hey, that water tastes good, though.
Yes, it does. Oh, wait. Hold on. We're playing? All right, 1st and 15 now for Buck Pounds. It's going to be Sam Hurley goes into motion. Lane Powers across the middle. Dives up. Probably got to the original line of scrimmage. Just short of that for a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, I just, as high school goes, it's got to be a little unnerving when you have Jack Hoods trucking through the middle of the line there with a football. You better not be standing there flat-footed.
Buck Pounds comes to the line, 3 in the backfield. That's going to be number 18, Fisher Topo. On the right side, nice block by Topo to get Hurley a couple extra yards. Hurley taken down past the 40.
A little bit of kind of after the play.
Well, Nathan, that was Gonzo Hidalgo. Said, hey, y'all, get off of him. You tackled him. Now move along.
Yeah. Need all our body parts.
Yep. That was a great block by Topo on the right side to give Hurley a nice gain. So that's going to be 3rd and 4. Hurley goes into motion, flag on the play, and that's probably going to go against Lago Vista, I would imagine.
I wasn't looking down here on this end of the field.
They're going to blow it dead like that, I would imagine. And that's a rough one as he walks backwards. It's going to be a false start against Lago. I didn't see who jumped.
I didn't either, but the official that threw the flag is over here on the Lampasas side, and so he's got a really good view.
Yeah, the referee saw it, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
So
they're always right.
Exactly. 3rd down and 8 now for the Vikings with 3:35 left in the first half. Vikings trailing 14-0. Topo goes into motion. Buck Pounds is going to. He looked for somebody to pitch it to, and there was nobody there. Loss on the play. Yeah, I didn't know if there was supposed to be somebody. It seems like somebody should have been there trailing him.
He was looking for somebody.
He's like, hey,
he was looking for somebody.
Somebody's supposed to be there. Help me out, people.
Yes. And that somebody would have been off his left shoulder. He was looking that direction, and that is not where the pressure was coming from. So
here we go, 99, our newly identified Bryce Erickson to punt with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Good snap.
Great.
Good low punt. And that's fielded by number 80. Is that the 40, the 45, the 50, 45, the 40, finally taken down at the 34-yard line. That was a nice punt. It was a little low. It was a line drive, and when you see those line drive kicks, they look good, but the problem is they get to the returner so fast.
Well, and their kickoff return receiver there has got some speed.
Yes,
he was moving, and the Vikings it's not the easiest thing in the world. You see somebody running full speed down the field at you just to throw your body at them and tackle.
Yeah, I got it.
It makes people a little nervous.
Ace Whitehead comes out with 3 wide receivers spread to the right side. He's going to pitch it to Jerome, or he's going to go to the right side to go to the 30, the 25. And a nice solid gain of 7 on 1st down. Brings up 2nd and 3.
You had a nice pile of Vikings in on that tackle. I saw Jack Hood pulling up the side there. Not known for super speed, but he was right there.
Coming up on the Domino's Halftime Show, we will talk to Coach Hansen and Coach Smith of the volleyball team and cross-country teams, respectively. That's in 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Whitehead has 2 spread wide to his left, and he's going to hand that to Jerome up the middle. Nice lick put on by number 12, Nathan Weekman. Number 35, Josh Hernandez in on the tackle.
It is. He did put a nice hit on him. It was great for that play, but that's what's also costing the Vikings quite a few missed tackles is if you just go and throw a shoulder into another person and you don't wrap up, they just bounce off and keep going.
2 spread wide to the left, 1 to the right for Whitehead, and he's got Jerome standing to his right side. He's going to fake to Jerome. He had some backside pressure. Throw to the end zone, and the catch is made. I tell you what, number 1, Cameron Everett went up and got that one.
That was pretty much drugged down with one hand.
Yes, that was.
He got a hold of that. That was a good catch.
There was good coverage on the play.
There was great coverage on the play, but that was at least a solid 2 foot over.
Yeah.
Over the everyone's head.
Yeah, and he went up and got it, and that's he on that one. Give some credit to Whitehead. He had pressure bearing down on him. He was able to stand in, throw the ball up, give the receiver an opportunity to make the play. The receiver made the play, and the extra point is good. So Lago Vista trails 21-0.
Well, that shows good sportsmanship on the part of Lago Vista as well. Seems like they're training their boys to be good sportsmen, because when you have a receiver that's facing you and he's jumped straight up in the air and you're close enough, he could have very well just put him straight on his back.
Yep.
But at that point in time, what good would have done? He was already in the end zone. He had possession. Good call. No sense in getting a penalty after the fact.
Exactly. Well, it is, like I just said, 21-0. Want to take an opportunity to say hello to my dad, who's sitting right next to us. He traveled down from Chicago. Come see a little cross country tomorrow.
It was definitely made the trip more interesting with Mr. Holt. He is a man of many stories, interesting, and regaled us with knowledge that I would not be able to attain otherwise.
That's right. He did also make us swear that he wasn't going to talk.
Well, but when you have the two of us in there, he has to.
That's right.
Otherwise, he's going to get bored of listening to us.
And if we give my dad a microphone, he will actually never stop talking. So it's either 0 or 100. We get one way or the other.
Hey, that's a good way to be about and live life.
That's right. Ace Whitehead to kick off after he just threw a touchdown pass. Nice kick, and that's going to go to that's going to be number 2. I believe that's number 2. Preston Coffey feeling the kick, taken down at about the 24-yard line. Okay, so if you're the Vikings, you got 1:43 left.
Well, you've got to hold on. You've got to hold on to the football. I mean, obviously, you've got to hold on to the football. It's still a football game.
Right. I think what you got 2 different choices here, because Lampass is going to come out with the ball in the second half. So a score here would be spectacular. A score here for Lampasas would be devastating.
It would be extremely devastating. I think you
got. Buck Pounds is going to be in shotgun. He's got 2 to his left, 2 to his right. He's going to roll. Quick pass to number 3, Cody Jackson. He's going to break a tackle, get past the 35, taken down near the 40. Little extracurricular. Preston Coffey and number 8, Dylan Cannon. We're still blocking each other.
Block to the whistle ends.
Yep, that's right. First down and 10 as the Lampass is going to call a timeout. It's interesting. This is where this looks like the offensive last year. So the Vikings are like, okay, guys, we gotta score.
Well,
so let's.
Well, if a little up tempo offense wouldn't hurt at this point in time, and maybe a little bit extra yardage per pass definitely would not hurt either. So
exactly. Want to say that today's game has been brought to you by Colin Kurth at the Sail and Ski Center. That's Central Texas' premier boat dealer. You can call them at 512-300-6902. That is Sail and Ski, where we make boating easy.
And I'm not too sure Lampasas is not trying to buy favors with the officials. I did see them give them water.
That's ridiculous.
I know. It's not even hot outside.
It's only about 200% humidity. We're fine.
Yeah, you can just get your water from the air.
All right, Buck Pounds comes out in shotgun. He's got 2 spread wide to his left, 2 to his right, 1 in the backfield. Buck Pounds passes. Oh boy, that's intercepted at the 45-yard line.
That bounced right off of a helmet.
Oh boy, that was
helmet deflection.
Flag on the play.
Hey, any flag is a good flag.
We'll see how this one goes. That was a
boy.
Buck Pounds threw a laser. That's going to be an ineligible receiver downfield. Lampasas ball. Boy, that one, it hit. It went straight up. The Lampasas receiver or defender made an unbelievable diving play to make that interception.
He did. That ball had enough hang time, though. He got to it for sure. But, yeah, somebody's got a headache right now.
Yeah.
I did not see quite who that hit directly in the helmet, but that was a slight.
Yeah, Buck Pounds has an arm. He slinged that ball.
The ball was moving. It was a slight deflected off of somebody's hand. It looked like one of the Vikings jumped up to try to catch it, kind of deflected it, and then put a paya off.
All right, so the Viking defense now has to they got to come up with a big stop here. We have 2 in the backfield, 1 spread wide to the left, 2 to the right. And there's going to be a flag on the play. Probably good for Whitehead as Jack Hood came in unblocked on that one. So Whitehead said, hey, great penalty, guys. Thank you.
Yes. Longevity, breathing.
That's going to be a false start against Lampasas. Back him up 5.
It would be nice to get the ball back for Lago Vista.
It would. Minute 13 left in the half. 3 spread wide to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the backfield for Whitehead. Whitehead rolls to his right. Pass complete to number 5. Sam Hurley on the tackle. Also Clayton Leggett, but that's going to be across midfield for a first down, taken down at the Lago Vista 40. Well, we'll go 43-yard line. As the clock continues to roll, under 1 minute left. 2 in the backfield. And Jack Hood wraps him up for a sack, his second big sack of the night. Number 35, there. Josh Hernandez, and number 88, William Vasquez, also in there, but Jack Hood was there first. Boy, you know what? When you need a play on defense, Jack Hood's name keeps getting called and called and called.
Well, and Jack Hood showed a little mercy on that one. He more wrapped up and threw down than just completely wide open throttle trucked him in the backfield. So, again, sportsmanship. That's always good.
You know, we were talking about that today is, and we've talked about this last week as well, but, you know, win, lose, you know, if you are an athlete, if you're a competitor, you 100%, anytime you take the field, you're going to lose. I mean, Michael Jordan, the best have lost. But what I can tell you about this, the Viking coaching staff, from top to bottom, girls, boys, these guys are putting a quality product on the field, but also doing a great job impacting the lives of our young athletes. So,
well, the players usually reflect the coaches in attitude and stance, how they hold themselves, and it says a lot about the coaching staff.
So kudos to the coaching staff for all their work, you know, and not just for the football team, but in all sports. Whitehead has 3 spread wide to his left, 1 to his right. It's going to be a quick pass, a little bubble screen to number 1. Ooh. And he's going to dance around. He's at the 40 to 35. He's got a lot of green, and he is probably going to get into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think the closest person to that play was the official. He almost got run over.
Well, that was, you know, they had 3 spread wide to the left, and what they were able to do is just pitch that. It was a quick pass to, I believe that was number 5, Jalen Porter, who was coming across to the ball. He came across, and then he just kept coming across because when he went into the end zone, he was outside the right hash. And it's going to be a muffed snap. Preston Coffey made the tackle behind the line of scrimmage, so the extra point is no good. So we got some momentum going at halftime. It's only 27-0.
Oh, hey, there's 31 seconds left. I didn't see quite who it was coming around right end, whichever.
Yeah, that was
end.
Preston Coffey. He,
Okay.
and you know, heads up play on his part, because when he saw that there was a muff snap, he was able to,
he covered some ground.
He tripped up the holder who had picked up the ball, and if Preston Coffey doesn't make that tackle, then we're probably looking at a 2-point conversion.
Well, and I didn't see who was holding the ball, but normally your guy carrying the football, that would have been a glorious day.
That would have. He was like, "Dang it, I was so close."
So close.
All right, 31 seconds remaining in the half. 27-0.
What do you think? Onside kick?
Probably, maybe just a little squib kick. We have Fisher Topo, and number 5, Sam Hurley, back deep to return it. Quarterback Ace Whitehead to kick off. And that is just a little squib kick. That's going to be fielded and downed immediately
35
by Grant Arrieta. Who are you saying 35? 35's not even out there.
On the 35.
Oh, on the 35. I thought you were giving me a number. My bad. I'm sorry.
No. As much as I would like to know sign language.
All I know is Grant Arrieta got the ball. And he's like, should I run this back for a touchdown? No. Coach told me, I'm going to take a knee. All right, that's fine. But he did, that was his moment of glory right there. That was exciting.
Usually your front 5 or your back 2 are following the football. That's their job.
Buck Pounds with 29 seconds is going to take it himself, and he is going to get around the 40-yard line, bang his way forward close to about the 45. That's about a 9-yard gain on first down. It'll be very interesting to see what the Vikings are want to do offensively in the second half.
Well, they're definitely going to have to get a hold of Lampasas. Their defensive end on the right side is definitely putting pressure on the backfield. He's not a small guy.
So Vikings call timeout with 23 seconds, trailing 27-0. I think they just want to, they got to get some positive vibes going in to halftime. Just say, okay, guys, look, come on, let's make it happen. We saw it last year continually. You play 2 halves of football for a reason, right?
Oh yeah.
And so just keep pushing, keep driving. We got number 2, that's Preston Coffey. Number 3, Cody Jackson, spread out wide to the left side. Number 1, Lane Powers in the backfield with Buck Pounds. And I believe that's Isaac Roney and Sam Hurley spread wide to the right. Buck Pounds is going to hand it off the middle to Lane Powers. It gets across the 50, the 45. He's got some space. The 40, great stiff arm. Taken down at about the 31-yard line. And I tell you what, you want to get Lane Powers the ball and say, run. That was an unbelievable stiff arm as he moves the chains.
He completely pushed that poor kid into the earth.
Yes, he did.
It was great.
First and 10 at the 31. Buck Pounds has Sam Hurley, Isaac Roney to his right, Cody Jackson and Preston Coffey. Buck Pounds rolls right. Oh, big hit from behind. Ball's out, and Lampasas recovers.
That was a football tackle.
Yes, it was. I tell you, that's going to end the half as they roll the clock. Boy, that was a rough one. Buck Pounds was going for the deep ball, and he was set up. And when you're a defensive end coming around that corner, you look and you're like, holy cow, he doesn't know I'm coming.
Oh,
he still doesn't know I'm coming.
From a defensive end standpoint, that's a glorious day.
Yes, it is.
From a coaching standpoint and the quarterback, somebody's getting yelled at for that one.
Yes.
Because I think at the last minute there, one of the Vikings might have caught that defender out of the corner of his eye.
Yeah.
Did not quite block him.
All right, it's coming up, the Domino's Pizza halftime show, as we are going to talk to Coach Hansen, and then we'll talk to Coach Smith. And just kind of, there's a whole lot going on this weekend. It is the Viking Sports Network coming to you live from Lampasas. Not the best first half of football that we've seen, but we'll be all right. We'll be fine. Domino's Pizza halftime show coming up next. It is the Viking Sports Network.
You know when you're hanging at Lake Travis and you start craving pizza? Usually you panic and go hungry, or worse, you make a pit stop at a sad food stand. But with Domino's Hotspots, you can get pizza delivered right to Arrowhead Park. In fact, now you can get Domino's delivered to over 50 outdoor locations around Lago Vista. No address required. When you order, enjoy any 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas for just $5.99 each every day. 2-item minimum. Handmade pan pizzas will be extra. Ask for limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit Domino's.com for details on Domino's Hotspot.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, just imagine inner space caverns, if it was full of sports. Okay, so which way to the game? Man, it sure is dark in here for sports. Dang it! Ow! Oh, that hurt. Bringing your teams to you in the stadiums, ballparks, and gymnasiums where they belong. We are KMAX Sports.
Domino's Pizza. It is Friday night. We're in Lampasas, and it's time to talk volleyball with Coach Hansen and Coach Hill. And very excited to have you guys here again. We record these on Wednesday, so we just. All right, it's a halftime show sponsored by Domino's Pizza. It is Friday night. We're in Lampasas, and it's time to talk volleyball with Coach Hansen and Coach Hill. And very excited to have you guys here again. We record these on Wednesday, so we just got out of the rain. It's a crazy rainy night. But let's talk about, I don't think we've actually played since the last time we talked. Right?
We played last night.
Okay, tell me about last night. McCallum. Yes, tell me about McCallum.
We lost the first set, and then we came back and won the next 3 sets.
Nice. Okay, tell me about McCallum. Are they 4A, 5A? What,
I think they're a 5A.
I think they're 5A.
They're an AISD school, so I'm pretty sure. I think they're a 5A.
Okay. And historically, how talented is McCallum?
This is the first time we've played them.
Okay.
And I think they had 18 people on their team, and they only had 2 seniors. So they had a couple of really good hitters.
So compared to, because everything to this point, we say the same thing in football, but everything to this point is just preparing you for district. Yeah. So were the hitters on par with what we're going to see at district? Better?
There was one that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And that would probably be on par with Johnson City hitters.
Capability of hitting the ball down the line, hard cross, the kind of hits that you're going to be facing.
Right.
Real volleyball hits.
And how did we fare against that? I mean, how did we? I mean, obviously we did pretty well because we won 3 out of 4.
Probably mixed. She got a lot of kills. She got 16 kills against us, but the good news was that we were on the offensive attack a lot of times, so we got a lot of kills too, and so therefore they couldn't they couldn't get the ball to her as much as they would have liked to.
Yeah, so how do you,
That said, they
got it to her plenty.
Yeah.
What's the best way to negate a great hitter like that?
Serve aggressive.
And hit.
Yeah,
you do it, don't let them do it.
Yeah, you have to be on the attack.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to serve aggressive, because if you serve like a lollipop serve over the net, which we did several times, then they just set it up, and in some cases the girl that was hitting last night was going over our block. So
not much you can do about that.
Because we had Hannah up there.
Right.
And Hannah's like big 5'4" or something like that. So it was, and we'll face that. I mean, that's one of the things that we'll have to deal with in district.
So when you are, is there a serving strategy when you tell the girls, okay, we want to go here, or is it just, do you leave that up to the girls?
Well, we'd like to not serve the libero, but we,
you try, there's certain spots you try to serve where it's more difficult to run. If they're running a play to a set spot, you try, okay, if we're able to get the ball here, it's a little bit more difficult to run that play from there. It's going to make them not give them their first option.
Right.
You know, and it's just you just got to step up and execute that kind of serve. You know, and works great when it does, and when it doesn't, sometimes they make a good pass on a good serve.
Right.
And you tip your cap.
And that was our problem in the first game. We missed like 5 or 6 serves in the first set, and we lost by 2 points. So.
Right, that's just giving 5 or 6 points to say, here you go. Merry Christmas.
Way to stand over the other side in rotation. Good job. There you go.
So coming up now into district play, because now we've got one more before district, or this is it?
We have district.
Okay.
Some varsities have games, but varsity is right into it.
And that starts
Tuesday,
right? Okay, got Friday night off at home against
Florence. And then Friday night home against Gateway. Homecoming, I believe, isn't it?
That is homecoming.
Yep.
And Gateway Prep is
currently ranked in the top 20.
Yeah, they're in the top. They're state ranked.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for them. So let's talk about our district. So we've got Gateway in the top 20 in the state.
We have Johnson City who's ranked 5th in the state.
Yep.
Okay.
Blanco, who's every bit as good as Johnson City.
What is Blanco ranked yet?
No. Rankings are. Some coaches will put it out there. Some coaches, like this one, like to hide it. We'll just, we know what we are, we know what we can compete with, we know where we kind of fit in the realm of things, but we're not going to broadcast it out there and get, there's a lot of reasons why, because one, you put your name up there all of a sudden, you got playoff opponents coming and getting looks at you, and, and there's other things.
Blanco, we lost to Blanco in the Wimberley,
who beat Johnson City before they played us.
But since then, Blanco has, they've played a lot of schools from San Antonio, so they played a very tough schedule.
Yeah.
So the reason why they're not state ranked is because their record's not like awesome, but it's because of who they play. It's not because that they're not good. And
teams like Poth do the same thing. They don't play cupcakes like some other schools.
Because they're in the vicinity of San Antonio, they can play some of those. Because there's a bunch of private schools also that are pretty good. That they play. And then Gateway, I don't really know about Gateway because a lot of their schools
they might have played 3 playoff teams in that schedule.
We don't play, so it's kind of hard. We do know they have
like
2 or 3 hitters that are one in particular. That's,
she's a junior.
Right.
She's very good.
She's a middle, and then they've got 2 other girls that have a high number.
A lot of their teams returning from last year. Their liberos returning.
Yeah.
They've got the main hitters returning, and they've got a couple other girls. They're also, I think, juniors. So
I've always said all the preseason rankings do is just they make other teams want to beat you, and that's all there is to it because they got something to prove because you're number 16 in state or you're number 5 in state or
they change
or whatever
every year. It's when the rankings, about usually the end of October.
Right.
That's about the second half of district play, the rankings start showing legit.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, these teams are up there because they're leading their district, so on and so forth. So, because now everybody's having to play kind of the, you're not choosing your schedule.
Right. Now it's either win or lose or, you've got playoffs on the line and that's it. And everybody's kind of, it's your district, so that's it. As we, before the interview tonight, we were going to talk about some people tonight. Anybody you would like to give a little shout out to or say hello to?
Oh, Sophie Hagum and Tira, who listened to the broadcast the other night.
And any other alums that are out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the only alum, right?
It's great to hear that when alums, hey, we heard this, that, and the other. That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, and go ahead. If you're an alum, you're probably on Twitter, I would assume. So, just tweet us a little shout out.
We know what you're doing on Friday night.
You're listening to high school football. That's awesome. All right. But go tweet us at LV Viking Sports. Just say hello. Say hello, Coach Hansen, Coach Hill. But that's awesome. So we've got the weekend off. Enjoy the weekend. What's kind of your thoughts for your team this weekend? Is just rest, relax? Do you want to stay sharp? Or
I'm in a JV tournament, so.
Who scheduled a JV tournament? That's ridiculous.
Thursday and Saturday.
That would be me.
God, you even teach.
Right. And then he's going to go again next week because he liked this one so much that...
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday, Saturday.
That's awesome.
So what am I doing?
I think it's because he has such a wonderful principal that he's allowed to, like, go.
I don't believe the principal was ever given a choice or was ever, like, even involved in the decision-making whatsoever.
I think he said, oh, this is your schedule. That's nice.
Awesome. Talk to Coach Hansen about that later. She's going to owe me. I'll get back to you on that. Okay, well, good luck to you guys. We will talk to you next Friday night. We'll have some district games under the belt, and we'll go from there. So, Coach Hansen, Coach Hill, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know when you're hanging at Lake Travis and you start craving pizza? Usually you panic and go hungry, or worse, you make a pit stop at a sad food stand. But with Domino's Hotspots, you can get pizza delivered right to Arrowhead Park. In fact, now you can get Domino's delivered to over 50 outdoor locations around Lago Vista. No address required. When you order, enjoy any 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas for just $5.99 each every day. 2-item minimum. Handmade pan pieces will be extra. Ask for limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit Domino's.com for details on Domino's Hotspot.
It is the halftime show sponsored by Domino's Pizza. You know it's always a good sign when you're like, hey guys, we're going live in 10 seconds, so chill out. All right, we are 16 minutes left in the halftime show. We Lago Vista trailing 27-0. Not the best first half in the world, but you know what I tell you, I feel like the Vikings are close. They're close. They've just, it's one play away, and I feel like it's getting good preparation for district.
Oh, they're there. This is not a practice game, but it definitely gets them some intel on how the team's doing against different offenses, defenses, size, speed, what's working, what's not working. I think the coaches are going to come away from this first half of football for the Vikings with a good game plan for the second half. They're knowledgeable. They know what they're doing. They know their team. I have high hopes for the second half of football.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just little things. You want to get better because, in a couple of weeks they're going to be playing district games, and at that point you're playing – say, okay, are we going to make the playoffs? Are we going to get into the third season? What are we going to do? But we'll switch gears as we continue the Domino's Pizza halftime show. Remember that Domino's Pizza has the brand new hotspot. So if you are not at home, well, guess what? It's not a problem because now you can get pizza delivery to over 50 unexpected outdoor locations in Lago Vista, like designated parks, pools, and more with Domino's Pizza Hotspots. Visit Domino's.com for details on Domino's Hotspots. It's Domino's.com. We'll be right back. It is the Viking Sports Network Domino's Pizza Halftime Show. We'll be right back to talk about Coach Smith and a little cross country.
You know when you're hanging at Lake Travis and you start craving pizza? Usually you panic and go hungry, or worse, you make a pit stop at a sad food stand. But with Domino's Hotspots, you can get pizza delivered right to Arrowhead Park. In fact, now you can get Domino's delivered to over 50 outdoor locations around Lago Vista. No address required. When you order, enjoy any 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas for just $5.99 each every day. 2-item minimum. Handmade pan pieces will be extra. Ask for limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit Domino's.com for details on Domino's Hotspot.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPE, and also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
Okay, welcome back to the halftime show, sponsored by Domino's Pizza. Now we're sitting here with Coach Smith, and we know we record these on Wednesday nights when the games are away. So, first of all, I don't think I've ever seen this many cross-country kids in a weight room before. But tonight's Wednesday practice, was crazy. That was quite a storm that blew in. So tell me about that. What the heck happened?
Yeah, we were running down to the end of Jordan Trail and back, and right when we got to the turnaround point, which is the furthest part from the school, it just opened up and poured, which actually felt pretty good, but you start worrying about the kids, and you can only be with a few at a time, so I just run to the back and then run up and back, and
let's go.
Trying to get them in as soon as possible before any crazy storm actually gets here. So
that was so let's talk about Wednesday nights. Let's start there. I love the Wednesday night meeting with middle school and high school, and pizza afterwards, and I just the amount of kids that are out here running for cross country is awesome. So what's a normal Wednesday night?
Well, we always take a group picture, and I always count that to see how many kids we have. And last week we had exactly 50 kids, and so that was awesome. I'll have to see. We were close to that tonight. I don't think we were quite at 50, but we had about 50, and that's including 7th and 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So all in middle school and high school, boys and girls, but that's a pretty good number.
That's a pretty good program.
Hey, Coach Stark, I'm not going to head out. Any extra towels you have, do you mind just setting it in front of the rack?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So let's talk about what next Wednesday night, because there's a pretty cool thing. It's open for everybody, and if you want to see something cool.
Yeah, practice and pizza every Wednesday at 6, but next Wednesday we're actually going to have what we do about once a season is an all-out mile, and that's this next Wednesday on the 12th, and we'll do that about 6:15 p.m. So we'll meet about 6, get pizza orders in and get our warm-up and stretch in, and then we'll line up on the track, and probably middle school will go first, and then high school will go after that, and we'll run them off and see how fast everybody is.
How are you going to start them off? Is it going to be like all 7th grade boys go?
Yeah, we'll probably start all middle school boys together, and then all middle school girls, and all high school girls, and all high school boys.
And then they'll be done, and then the next group will go?
The next group will go. So yeah, there'll be 4 different races. We're not going to race high school against middle school or anything. Might be demoralizing for some people.
High school or middle school? So that's next Wednesday night. Starting at 6:15, comes out and see something fun to watch. What's the fastest mile you think we'll see?
Boys side?
Sure.
Boys
and girls.
Definitely under 450. Andrew, like I said, you know him. I know he'll for sure go under 450. I don't know how much further under 440 or whatever he'll go at this point of the season, because we're kind of just on mileage and only actually done our 3rd workout yesterday of the season. So he's not that sharp, but he'll be under 450 for sure, probably close to 440 flat. For girls, I'd say somewhere right around 6 minutes will probably be the best girl at this point, which, that's fast, but not blazing fast. And, our school record's only 5:55 by Esther Long this past track season as a freshman. And I think she'll be close to 6 minutes. One of the 7th grade girls may be close to 6 minutes. One or two of the other high school girls, the 2 Caitlyns, Caitlin Coldicott and Caitlin Keeney, they should probably be close to about 6:20 or under. I just don't know how far under 6:20 they'll go, but it'll set up well for our home meet. So they'll be used to running fast right before our home meet, which will be great. And then I guess that'd be another good thing to talk about.
Right, yeah, that's good. So that's next Wednesday night. Public's welcome. Come watch something fun. That'll start at 6:15.
Sure. Run as well.
Sure. Run against the middle school. Maybe if there were elementary school kids out here running that group.
There you go with middle school boys.
So let's talk about the meet, the Lago meet coming up. Next Saturday, day after homecoming for the football team. So you sent out some to the coaches today, and we've got a new course and everything.
Yeah, no, for sure. I emailed the coaches and schools attending, and also emailed our entire staff here at Lago Vista, just telling everyone how excited I am about the meet. We had a great meet last year and a great course, but I think it's even better this year. We had a couple of men from the community, especially Mr. Andrew Gill and Mr. Chuck Vasara. They really, really put a lot of man hours out. I know Mike Smith has come out, and I believe his dad as well. and dragging the course and cutting. And I mean, this wasn't November, December, January trailblazing. This was June, July, and August trailblazing. It was brutal. And so we spent many hours out there during the summer, and I know they did even when I wasn't here, which is awesome and brutal. But in the end, these kids are going to be treated to a very nice course, but it won't be easy. I guarantee
it is not easy.
It will be the hardest course they run, and I guarantee it.
So, how many schools are coming at this point?
If you count the middle school and high school teams, we currently have 24. So that's about, I think we have 11 middle schools coming and 13 high schools coming at this point. And that's, anywhere from private school high schools up to, 6A Round Rock ISD high schools.
Yeah, which there's a Round Rock team coming, right?
There, Round Rock Stony Point is coming, and Round Rock McNeil are both coming. And there'll be a couple other teams. Austin McCullum is coming. Liberty Hill's coming, who is an amazing team. Let's see who else. Obviously, Lago Vista be there. They're pretty good out here,
I guess.
And then a couple other teams that I think that'll do really, really well. And there's a few private schools. Temple Holy Trinity Catholic. They're a pretty darn good team. Their girls are actually about as good as our girls, so they're really good. We're not quite our two teams aren't quite at Liberty Hill level yet, but I think we're getting closer and closer every meet, and they're a good team to challenge yourself against. So.
Well, that's awesome. So that's going to be next Saturday. When's the first race kick off for that?
The first race will be varsity 5K race, and that'll be at 7:30 in the morning.
Perfect.
And so we'll run 2 varsity 5K races, and then run a varsity girls 2-mile, and then run a JV boys 5K, and then the rest of the day will be 2-mile races. And there's actually, after the high school races are over, there's an open race before the middle school races start, and that's for any overflow high school, overflow middle school, community, coaches.
Easily. It's going to hit start on the timer, so I can't. But we'll see. So that's awesome. Now you said 2 5K races. Is that varsity boys and then varsity girls 5A, 6A?
Yeah. So the first race at 7:30 in the morning will be varsity girls 5A, 6A, 5K. It may not only be 5A, 6A girls, but that's usually what it's called because that's what they run at district, region, state. And then we'll do 5K varsity boys, 2-mile varsity girls, and then 5K JV boys, and then all 2-mile races.
Gotcha. So coming up, Liberty Hills this weekend.
Yes, sir.
And for the first time this year, we've got 8 boys running varsity. You can have 7 at district. Is that right, or 8?
Correct. You can have 7 on varsity at district, region, and state.
Okay. So, what are you looking to see time-wise out of Liberty Hill?
Well, normally I would say it's really flat and fast, and it is. But I don't know what the weather's going to be like. If it's anything like today, time in cross country, times are great, but times really don't matter, right? Top 10 finishes are great. Being on the podium as a team is great. It doesn't matter if you run 20 minutes or 14 minutes.
Right.
But my goal is, as everybody in Lago knows, is to be as close to Gateway as possible or even in front of them. They've got a really, really solid guy squad. Their top 5 guys are pretty darn good, and right now they are quite a bit better than us. Obviously, we have a better number 1 runner, but they're kind of like 2, 3, 4 runners are kind of where they get us. But we have some young guys that are getting faster and faster every week, and usually the younger the runner you are, the faster you improve.
Yeah,
so,
I learned that lesson.
I think we can. I don't know if we're ready to beat them yet, and hopefully we will at district. At this time last year, they were still better than us. It was a couple weeks after this last year before we beat them, and then of course we beat them again at district. And it's not going to be easy at district this year. Gateway's good. Gerald's got a phenomenal top 3 runners, and then their team's pretty decent after that, so they'll be hard to beat in our district. And so it's going to be tough to get to region, top 3 teams, and our boys right now are ranked in the top 10 in region, actually 7th or 8th, I believe, and top 4 go, and Gateway is actually currently ranked 3rd, projected to go to state meet, so they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're looking forward to beating them.
Yeah, well, and you know what? It's just good, solid competition. And when you're working hard on a Saturday or on a Wednesday or a Tuesday or a Thursday morning, it gives you something to shoot for.
So, for sure.
All right. Well, good luck on Saturday morning, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Holt.
You know when you're hanging at Lake Travis and you start craving pizza? Usually you panic and go hungry, or worse, you make a pit stop at a sad food stand. But with Domino's Hotspots, you can get pizza delivered right to Arrowhead Park. In fact, now you can get Domino's delivered to over 50 outdoor locations around Lago Vista. No address required. When you order, enjoy any 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas for just $5.99 each every day. 2-item minimum. Handmade pan pizzas will be extra. Ask for limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit Domino's.com for details on Domino's Hotspot.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet, covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPE, and also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
We hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. And while all of us at the KMAX Sports Network are huge football fans, we broadcast more than just football, you know. In fact, KMAX Sports proudly broadcasts volleyball, girls and boys basketball, softball, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, and more. For more information on how you can help KMAX Sports broadcast any of those sports, just reach out to Chuck at KMAXSports.com or Merle at KMAXSports.com, or contact that sports booster club directly. KMAX Sports will gladly work with you and the booster clubs to get that team's broadcasts on the air. And if you're a fan of the other team, well, we can broadcast your team's games too. We realize that, yes, even in Texas, there's more to life than just football. KMAX Sports, bringing your teams to you for 14 years.
1, 2, 3, hit! More coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
It is the Viking Sports Network. And, Dad, I'll get your microphone. We got one sitting right back there.
If his tongue starts bleeding, we'll have to get him one.
Yeah. It is the Viking Sports Network coming to you live from Lampasas. Like I said, or told you, as I was thinking about both things at the same time. We're broadcasting live. My dad came down from Chicago. We're saying hello. That's awesome. And he refused to talk except when you turn the microphones off. And now I think a great description of the mighty Viking they're coming out. And like I've told plenty of people before, pointing on the radio does not really translate to the radio audience. So
they don't have any closed caption.
That's right. There's not a closed caption along the bottom of the radio saying Dad is pointing. All right. Lampasas is coming out of the giant helmet. The Vikings have come out of the giant Viking, and we are getting ready to get the second half underway. So Lago Vista trailing 27-0. I think the most interesting things and the things that you can, we're pointing again. The Viking is deflating, and there's the helmet is deep. Oh, and the cheerleader just came running out of the helmet. Is deflated. She's okay. All right. I think one of the things that we can look for the second half is what are we going to see out of the Viking offense, because they ran the flex bone, I guess is what they'll call it, and that was the new offense because they wanted to do more of a ball control, and then they got away from that near the end of the second quarter and went back to their hurry up offense from last year with the quarterback and shotgun. Multiple wide receivers spread out wide, and so we'll see, where the Viking offense is going to go. But we're going to have to wait and see for that because the Vikings are going to kick off as Lampasas deferred the first half, and we'll get the kickoff to start the second half as Bryce Erickson, big number 99, to kick off for the Vikings.
Well, like you said, though, as well, I mean, it is a new offense, and the object is to win the football game, and the only way you can really get the new offense down, trial and error.
Yep.
You've got to get the ground time to get it in place, and everyone's got to know their spot and what they're doing. And a lot of moving parts and pieces.
The Vikings do their fake onside kick, and it's all good. And Bryce, and there is going to be an onside kick. Really, a nice tackle by number 12, Nathan Weekman. However, That's number 4 for Lampasas, Ethan Roscoe. You know, it was number 2, I believe, Preston Coffey. They had kickers could have gone from 3 different angles there, and what they decided, and so I think it was either Coffey or Roney kicked the ball. It was good. It just didn't take that next hop that was necessary for them to get it.
The next hop was the impact off of the Viking into the Badger. I'm glad that the Badger got up.
So Ace Whitehead takes the offense out for the Lampasas Badgers. He's got 2 wide receivers spread to the right side, 1 to the left. Quick pass to number 1, Cameron Everett. Cameron Everett's going to get around to 5. Nicely wrapped up. Who is that at the bottom of the pile? That's number 5, Sam Hurley. Number 4, Grant Arrieta.
And number 2, Preston Coffey.
Yep. They got him, they held on to him, and they didn't let him go. So, but a good gain on first down, 2nd and 4. 2 wide receivers spread to the left, 1 in the backfield, 1 spread wide to the right for Whitehead. Whitehead, quick pass to number 1. Number 5, Sam Hurley at the bottom of that pile.
And half the Vikings defense was on that tackle.
Jack Hood, we got some Nathan Weekman, Mason Hines in on the tackle. That was a quick slant from the slot receiver, and that's just an easy pitch and catch.
I am automatically seeing a much different defense from the Vikings.
2 wide receivers spread to the right, 1 to the left. That's going to be handoff up the middle. That's number 22, Jack Jerome. He gets around the left side. He's the 20, the 10, and he's in for the score.
Yeah, that defensive end came in. He had him. He got cut outside.
He crashed the inside.
Yep.
And and Jerome was able to get to the outside. Once you give up the outside, if you get that defensive end to crash inside, he gives up the outside. Well, we saw what just happened. That was a 35-yard touchdown run.
Yep, because if your cornerback is in pass coverage, he's not in on that play. And yeah, that's
a very effective drive for Lampasas to come out as they kick the extra point, and the extra point's good. So a quick strike for the Lampasas Badgers to come out in the second half and say, okay, this is how we're going to make this one happen.
Well, the Vikings came out, and you can just tell they're full of energy, and they're full of drive, and I think we just got a little bit of overdrive on that last play. It happens. It's football.
Yep.
A half a step to the right or a half a step to the left, we'd have been having a different conversation.
All right, 10:45 left. That was quick. Lampasas will come out to kick off. Follow us on Twitter. Just let us know that you're here and just saying hello. We're gonna, we do this for the fans, the parents, the grandparents who are around the country who want to listen, and so guess what? We're gonna be okay.
Hey, if Twitter's good enough for the federal government, you too should be able to use it.
Ace Whitehead to kick off for the Lampasas Badgers. And there's a kick. Far kick. That's going to send Sam Hurley back. Sam Hurley's going to get it about at his own goal line. He's going to make it to the 20, 25.
And he kind of ran right into a wall of
Yes,
Badgers.
yes, he did. He made a couple people miss, and then didn't make the other 6 did not miss.
No, they were right there. That's got to be an unnerving thing when you receive the ball, drop the ball, pick the ball up, your back is to the defense trucking down the field.
You're like, hey,
he got some yards
happening?
back. He recovered that well.
All right, so they're going to come out in their 3-back set. That's going to be a handoff up the middle of the lane. Powers. Short gain, about 2nd and 8. So I think at this point, what the coaches want to see is, okay, let's run the offense. Let's run the plays, and let's
Well,
let's do what we do. We practice.
Well, that's this game is kind of, not to say glorified scrimmage, but it definitely is when we can work out the kinks and what's been going on.
All right, Buck Pounds under center. He's got 3 in the backfield, and that's Cody Jackson in motion. Nice block by Cody Jackson, as Sam Hurley's taken down by number 8. That's Dylan Cannon. According to the press box, shouting from the Lampasas side, it sounds like that's going to be a holding. Yeah, that was a holding, and I'm pretty sure that was Cody Jackson on the hold.
I don't know. It looked to me like he just had a. He was right up in his face. You know, it could have been perceived as holding, but again, yep, that's what the officials call it.
The referee perceived it as holding.
Perception. It's
all perception.
It's what rules a game.
So that'll move him back. That'll be second, and we'll go second and 15. Buck Pounds under center. Cody Jackson goes into motion. Buck Pounds looking to pass. He's under pressure. He looks, rifles the ball down the field. Nobody home. Pass intended for number 15, Gonzo Hidalgo. Third down and 16. And again, we talked about that with Coach Phillips. Is you want to pass when you want to pass, not when you have to pass. And at this point, we
had some good blocking.
Yeah,
he was able to stay.
Yeah,
in the
Buck
backfield.
Pounds. He had good presence as Buck Pounds goes back to pass again. He throws an interception by Isaiah Rhodes. I'm sorry. Gets the interception. He's at the 15. He's at the 10, and he's in for the score.
Yeah, he kind of threw that into double pass coverage.
Yeah.
And I don't know that he could
There's
necessarily
a flag on the play. That's going to be an illegal block. Well, he pointed both ways, so I'm not sure if he pointed by accident one way or... Buck Pounds was under some pressure there, and I think he just wanted to let it fly. That's going to be a personal foul. Looks like a legal block. So,
well, sometimes
they're gonna wave the touchdown off. Lago Vista retains possession. They're going to have the ball at the 30.
Well, sometimes defense forgets that they turn into offense when they get the ball.
That's a killer because it seems like if they already had possession of the ball, so the penalty should have to be after the possession, so they should retain possession. I'm not cheering for that, but as Buck Pounds rolls to his right, spins out of a tackle, knocked down abruptly at about the 34-yard line. Good gain, brings up 2nd and 6. We'll go second and 6.
That looks good. Well, that play had a much better result than the previous one.
Yes, it did. Well, and I know when you're a high school player, you got a big deficit. You want to play outside of yourself a little bit. As Cody Jackson goes into motion, handoff up the middle, Lane Powers. He dives for the ball, dives for nearly a first down. We're going to go third and looks like 3rd and 2.
I don't know. It looked like he slid across there.
Yeah, he was safe. I will go 3rd and 1 now. 8 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Lampass is leading 34-0. Buck Pounds fakes to Lane Powers. He's going to follow Lane Powers across the middle, across the 40-yard line. Move the chains. That's what the referees say.
Lago Vista has definitely sped up the tempo. It is not taking them near as long to execute a play. And sometimes that could be the edge.
Yep.
if you're not giving the defense forever and a day to go ahead and read what's going on.
And Buck Pound's going to take it himself. He's going to get it past the 50. Nearly a first down. Yeah, that's going to move the chains again. First down run by Buck Pounds.
And something tells me that's the offense they were looking for.
Yep.
Out of the gate this evening. And it does. It just seems like the Vikings have a little bit more energy going into this second half of football. They are alive.
Well, and that's something that you like to see is you keep playing, you keep fighting, and that's going to come back to win them some ball games.
Oh, definitely.
Handoff up the middle to Lane Powers. Short gain. Wrapped up by number 55 and number 33. 55 is Adam Murphy. Number 33, Landon Irvin for the Badgers. 2nd and 8. Coming up next for the Vikings. Next weekend's homecoming. Very exciting.
Oh, a homecoming, definitely. Flowers. This is Texas. Remember, it's not mum's the word, it's how big is the mum.
Mums are the greatest thing ever. And Buck Pound's going to hand it up the middle to Lane Powers. 77. Cody Osborne in on the tackle. Number 33. Landon Irvin again. Landon Irvin kind of just jumped on everybody's back and was, he was the final weight that broke the camel's back on that one. 3rd down and 7.
That's a cowboy tackle.
Yes,
ride
right.
Ride him into the earth.
Again, I would assume this is 4 down territory for the Vikes. And Cody Jackson goes into motion. And Buck Pound's going to keep it himself. He's going to make a move, get close to the first down. Ball's out, and a lot of people saying who has the ball, and I haven't. Yeah, now I see the official signal. Lampassus recovers the fumble. Boy, Buck Pounds again. He was just making the moves, and just at the last second, the ball came out. Ball recovered by number 33, Landon Irvin.
He definitely put a move on the first 3 guys for sure. You just
finished the play.
You got to cover the ball up, protect the football when you're going down. That's when the cheap shots and the speed tackles come in when you're standing straight up.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Lampassus does here. If they want to just run, they're going to pitch that out to number 22, Jack Jerome. Jerome gets out to the 50, taken down by number 4, Grant Arrieta, and number 12, Nathan Weekman.
That was a good tackle by Arrieta. They've been Lago's been working on the hawk tackling schematic that keeps their heads out of a lot of contact during tackling drills, and that was a perfect example of a hawk tackle.
2 spread wide to the left, 2 to the right, as they're lined up right back and forth, and the ball's going to go up the middle to Jerome. That'll move the chains. Gets to the 44-yard line. 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Lampassus leading 34-0. So we've got Comfort coming up, and Comfort the homecoming game. That'll be I think that'll be a good contest. The district that Lampassus plays in is rough. With Liberty Hill.
Yeah, they've got some good size.
Yes, they do.
Games coming up.
False start.
That's gonna have to be on offense.
Yeah, that was. I think the wide receivers off to the right side were pretty fired up. They must have had a play called up for the. This is it.
Something. The line jumped too, though.
Yeah. So that'll move them back 5 yards. So we've got Comfort, and that'll be a good contest. And then the next weekend we will travel to Llano, as Whitehead has 2 in the 2 to his right side. He's looking deep down to number 1, Cameron Everett. Falls incomplete. Sam Hurley on the coverage. No flag on the play. Brings up 2nd and 15.
That was great pass coverage, too. He was right there with him every single step.
So we'll go to Llano at Coach Castle's old stomping grounds.
I think he even has a little statue of him somewhere there. Could be downtown.
2 spread wide to the left, 1 to the right, 1 in the backfield for Ace Whitehead. It's going to be up the middle, and ball's out, and of course, recovered by Lampasses. I didn't see who was in there originally. Mason Hines was in on that play, number 62. Mark Marlowe, 56. I don't have a 56 on the roster, so we'll... oh, do you have a 56 on the one that was texted to you?
Oh, look.
Ace Whitehead in the backfield, 1 spread wide to the left, 3 to the right. He's going to roll to his right. Quick pass, quick completion to number 5, Jalen Porter. Short gain. That'll bring up 4th and 10. I tell you, if Coach Castle had a statue to him in Lampasses, I'm pretty sure he would go there in the middle of the night and take it down.
Oh, we just like to give him grief.
3 spread wide to the right, 1 to the left for Whitehead. Whitehead's going to punt this away. That's a nice kick. It's going to go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They'll mark it at the 13 and a half.
And what number were you looking for, 66?
I think 56.
56. That'd be Chris Pearson.
Okay.
He is also a sophomore.
I want to thank Colin Kurth at the Sail and Ski Center in Austin. Lago Vista Radio is proudly sponsored by Colin Kurth at the Sail and Ski Center, where we make boating easy. Call 512-300-6902 for all of your boating needs. Also, talk about Domino's Hotspots. Get pizza delivered to outdoor locations like parks, beaches, and more. Not at home, not a problem. Visit Domino's.com for details. Buck Bounce comes out with 3:21 left in the third quarter. And then we had 2 men in motion at the same time. We always talk about, when we were growing up, this is something I would do. Is did you play Tecmo Bowl?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Tecmo Bowl was the best. So we always would, we'd get the kickoff, and then we'd go get tackled on the 1, so that we could get a 99-yard pass play. So we'd end up the game with like 6,000 yards passing.
Yeah, I was never any good at it. I did play it, usually when it was raining outside and we couldn't go do anything. But I watched.
Buck Pounce hands up up the middle of the lane. Powers gets out to about the 15-yard line. And brings up 2nd and 13.
Do they run it up the middle, or are they going around?
Yeah, that's the interesting play here. That looks like that was going to be a run up the middle.
I think it was blown. I don't think he could get through the gap he was supposed to shoot. Kudos to the Lago Vista defense that closed the hole.
That'd be the Lampasses defense that closed the hole.
Oh,
unless I'm totally wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
That's okay.
I'm looking through 2 reflections and a piece of plexiglass.
I'm used to working with Bobby, so
well.
you're doing great. Buck Pounds under center, 3 in the backfield, 1 spread wide to his left, and he's going to look to his left. That's going to be a pass intended for Cody Jackson. Not entirely sure
that Cody
knew that was coming to him, as I don't think he ever saw it until he saw the defenders going for a ball behind him. He's like, hold on a second.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen.
If you look back, throughout the earlier into this game, there were little plays. There was a great play call where Cody Jackson ran a wheel route, and it just went off of his hands, and that was a big play as Bryce Erickson kicks off punts it to number 8, Dylan Cannon. Cannon's going to streak down the sideline, pushed out of bounds inside the 40.
He was met by Grant Arrieta, just his backup in case he didn't go out of bounds.
So Lampasas will take over inside Viking territory. They got it at the 37-yard line. Minute 45 left in the third quarter.
Hey, look, the Vikings have moved up where I can see them now. It's always handy.
Hey, you want to talk? Calling a game from the Lago home games is tough with the angles that we got because we're up in the softball. So when you're on that far side of the field, we don't really have a great clue of what's going on. 2 in the backfield for Whitehead, 1 spread wide to his left, 2 to his right, and he is going to hand that off to number 22, Jack Jerome. Jerome is spread out wide to the left side. Number 18, Fisher Topo on the bottom of that pile. 58, Chris Pessin.
There were quite a few Vikings in on that.
Yep.
They kind of planted him in the earth. But that's kind of the direction that you would tackle that guy. He's not very tall, but he is fast, and he can wiggle through a hole.
2 spread wide, or 2 in the backfield for Whitehead, and he's going to hand that off to number 5, Jalen Porter. Nice tackle by number 6,
Johnny Hernandez.
Johnny Hernandez.
That was also a beautiful tackle. Came in, broke down, exploded through. Nowhere to go if you're a running back. Somebody hits you like that.
Yep. Third down and 11. Johnny Hernandez is an amazing metal worker.
Really?
Yeah. He makes some pretty cool things. Got to give him kudos for that.
He's also a good defensive tackler.
2 spread wide to the left, 1 to the right for Whitehead. And he's got Jack Jerome in the backfield. Whitehead fakes to Jerome, looks deep down the field. Pass caught by number 6, Michael Murray. He went up and got that. He was running the post route over the middle, and there were a couple of Viking defenders around him, and he was unable to go for. That's a tough play as a defensive back because you can't hit the guy until he comes down.
I was trying to sit here and think, what do you call 5-man pass coverage? What is the term for that? Because there were 5 Vikings.
That's zone. They dropped 5 back into the zone, and he just found that little soft spot right in the zone. End of the third quarter. 1 more quarter to go. Vikings are about to score 35 points. Let's get ready to go. It is Lampasas 34, Lago Vista 0. It is the Viking Sports Network, powered by K-Mac Sports.
Sail and Ski Center is a full-service boating lifestyle store. Whether it's selecting and purchasing a new or used boat, maintaining the boat you already have, or enjoying your boat with friends and family, Sail and Ski is dedicated to delivering the absolute best boat ownership experience for all of our customers. That's why Sail and Ski was voted Boating Industry Magazine's #1 boat dealership in North America. Find us at our locations in Austin or in Lakeway, or at www.sailandski.com. At Sail and Ski Center, we make selecting, owning, enjoying, and servicing your boat easy.
Socialize with us.
You don't have what they call the social skill.
On Twitter at KMac Sports, or catch us on Facebook. Search KMac Sports. Just another way KMac Sports is bringing your teams to you.
It is the Viking Sports Network, powered by KMac Sports, who's now working with Vype Media. Don't forget, anytime you're at Academy, pick up the Vype Media football preview, which is pretty awesome. A little swing pass to number 5, taken down by. I'm gonna give.
It's got a 5 in it. 35.
35. Josh Hernandez. Boy, Josh Hernandez came up and made a good tackle on that one. 2nd and 10. Ball is at the. We'll go the 19-yard line. As Lampasas comes out, they've got an H-back, a halfback, 1 spread wide to the right, 1 to the left. And handoff up the middle to Jerome. He's going to make 1 man miss, taken down by number 4,
Grant Arrieta.
inside the 10-yard line. Or I'll go right at the 10-yard line. As they hurry up, they got 3rd and 7. Low snap. Whitehead's going to fake, pick it up, go inside. He will cross the 5-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th and 1. And you go for it here, right?
Well, and I mean, that last play was a broken play, and they still managed to gain some yardage. There was a pretty good-sized hole in the middle.
Yeah.
It's hard to find the football against that blue Lampasas jersey when you've got a fairly short running back. He's a good running back. He's running low to the ground, keeping his balance. It's hard to locate the ball in that guy.
So we'll see what Lampasas does here as they come out in 4th and 1. It looks like they're going to do just a quarterback sneak. Whitehead's going to take it. He will get a, well,
no way,
we'll
Jose.
see the official signal.
Yeah, he's got to be a solid 3 yards short.
Lampasas feel strongly that they made the first down. However, they will measure. Give a shout out to the Rayleys who touched base with us on Twitter.
Rayleys are on Twitter?
Yeah.
God love them.
10 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in the ball game. 34-0, Lampasas leading.
Which Rayleigh was it? Was it Richard?
I don't know, Richard. That was Chris.
Rayleigh.
And it is no good. Lampasas was emphatically signaling that they got it, but they were incorrect in this call. So Lago Vista is going to take over 1st and 10. Not great field position. They'll have it at the 6-yard line here. And now it's time for Lago to just, hey, run the offense. Let's believe we're doing okay. Also, we heard from the Cougars listening tonight. They said, thanks for being positive. Yeah, you know what? We're positive people. All right, Vikings come out. Buck Pound still in at quarterback. He's got Lane Powers behind him. Sam Hurley off to his right and Cody Jackson in the backfield. Cody Jackson goes into motion. It's going to be a handoff to Lane Powers. Hit pretty quickly. He's going to be taken down close to the 10-yard line. Good gain of 5. 2nd and 5 now.
You know, and that young man continues. He's just shoving through there, driving his legs.
Yep.
If he would have stopped, he'd have lost 2 yards on that run. He picked up another 2 yards just purely out of heart.
And Buck Pound's going to pitches out to his left, Sam Hurley. Sam Hurley gets across the 15, I believe. Should be enough for a first down. Maybe a little bit short.
He took the marker out when he went down, so that's a good sign.
That's going to be 3rd and 2. All right, we got 2 downs to make 2 yards here for the Vikings as Sam Hurley goes into motion. Buck Pound's going to fake. He's got some room, maybe, and there's going to be a flag on the play as Buck Pound's taken down by number 10, Owen Seaver. Yeah, it was going to be a fake pitch left. Buck Pounds was going to roll right, kind of a naked bootleg to his right. Fortunately, Lampasas sniffed it out pretty well.
Well, and Pounds got a couple of extra yards out of that, too, because he had 4 defenders in his face, and he still managed to kind of slide through there and pick up a couple extra yards before he went down. Again, showing a lot of heart on this Viking offense.
Yep.
And a little extra energy.
Looks like the Vikings are going backwards. I didn't see the penalty.
It looked like holding.
Well, we're talking about Vype Media, also new to the KMAC Sports, is the Lago Vista Booster Club. They're very proud to be a part of bringing you KMAC Sports. Thank you to the Booster Club for doing that this year. They are one club, all sports, proudly supporting all Lago Vista Middle School and high school athletes. For more information about the Booster Club, visit their website at lagovistasports.com. 3rd and 6 now as Buck Pounds hands up the middle to Lane Powers. He's going to make this a 4th and 4. So the Vikings will come out the punt as we have 8 minutes and 35 seconds left in the ball game. Lampasas leading 34-0. This game was was very competitive first quarter. Second quarter got away from them a little bit as there were a couple little plays here and there.
Turnovers kind of got us.
Yep. And when there was an opportunity to make a play, Lampasas made that play. We didn't make a play. And that's going to go down as a safety. I'm not sure.
I don't know quite what happened there. That was just like a really deep snap.
Well, you know what?
Just kept going.
I think it happens. That's all we'll say about that. And we do want to say this, talking about the Booster Club, ET. Have you heard of ET?
I have not.
All right, well, let me tell you about it.
I've seen it on a shirt.
Yeah, it's the Viking word for family. It's something we're proud of in Lago Vista and the Viking family. We all row. The LV Viking Booster Club is proud to be a part of the ET, or family, and we are committed to helping support our Viking athletes both today and in the future. They are a volunteer-led organization that provides financial support to the athletic department in purchasing needed equipment and supplies, as well as giving scholarships to graduating senior athletes. It takes all of us to row the ship, and if you're interested in being a part of this great organization, visit their website at www.lagovistasports.com or emailing them at lvbooster@gmail.com. lvvikingbooster@gmail.com.
I tell you what, too, the Booster Club spends a lot of time. I see those guys up there on Saturdays when we're able to play Little League football on the glorious, awesome high school football field. There's Booster Club members up there putting in time, getting things ready to go. They definitely help out the all sports organizations.
All right, we got the trifecta of kicking option here as Bryce Erickson, Preston Coffey, and Isaac Roney could have kicked that ball, but Bryce Erickson knocks it back to the 25-yard line. That's picked up by number 5, Jalen Porter. Jalen Porter is tackled at about midfield.
Grant Arrieta with a foot.
Yep.
Came out with a foot and dropped him.
Yeah, really nice job by Nathan Weekman and number 18, Brenton Webb. They were tied up, and you could tell emotions were getting a little high as they went to the field, and then the whistle blew, and they both let go, disengaged, and hustled back.
That's attributed to their coaching staff. You stop when the whistle blows. Even though sometimes you don't want to.
You really don't. I don't want to. We got number 56 on the defensive line. That is Chris Pearson. 58, Chris Pesson at nose guard. And number 58. Oh, I'm sorry. As Lampasas takes it around the right side for a first down. Let's talk about youth football for a second. As you are the president.
I am.
Of Lago Vista Youth Football. What's happening?
Well, we're a little bit further into our season, not by much. We are going into our second season game this weekend. We'll be in Brady, Texas, with our JV and varsity. Our categories for the little guys, we have freshmen in 1st and 2nd grade, JV's 3rd and 4th, and varsity's 5th and 6th grade. So our freshmen will be playing in Wimberley, weather dependent. The outlook does not look good, but we are hopeful that we will get a little bit of non-lightning weather.
Penalty move, the Lamb passes Badgers up some, and he's going to pitch to number 34, Anthony Arnold. Arnold gets around the left side inside the 30-yard line. Taken down at the 25.
I don't know how you don't get a holding call on that because Mason Hines was held up pretty much from the backside, and I don't know how you quite can block somebody like that.
Well, there's 7 minutes left in the game, and it's 36-0. You got to, take somebody down. The holding call stops the clock.
True.
2 spread wide to the right for Whitehead. 2 in the backfield. He has number 34, Anthony Arnold, and number 5, Jalen Porter in the backfield with him. Number 6, Michael Murray spread out to the right. That's going to be a pitch to number 5, and he is tripped up by number 18, Fisher Topo.
Sam Hurley was right there. He just couldn't quite reach far enough. He didn't seem too pleased by it either.
Lamb Pass is doing a good job. Doing a good job of, you want to just make sure you want to win, you want to play, but you don't want to be disrespectful at the same time, and they've done a good job of that. Whitehead hands that ball up the middle to number 34, Anthony Arnold. Anthony Arnold's going to move the chains for a first down.
Yeah, they're definitely coming out with some fresh bodies.
Yeah, this is an experience for Lamb Passes and for Lago Vista, for that matter, to just get some game experience. It is a Friday night. We talked about this last week for Lago. There's a lot of these young men that this is the first time for Friday Night Lights, and
sure.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's
So-
also a lot cooler outside.
Yes, it is. Handoff up the middle. That's number 34, Anthony Arnold, taken down by, we'll go number 6.
Yep, Johnny Hernandez. He wrapped him up low and held on. That's still, though, Lampasas is definitely not sticking any slouches for running backs in that backfield by any means.
Not.
That so far, they're running the ball with Anthony Arnold. He's also low to the ground and really quick.
Yeah, and they get the ball. They hit the hole quickly, and there's not a lot of wasted time.
That's
2 spread wide to the right, 2 to the left for the Badgers, and handoff up the middle goes to Anthony Arnold. And I tell you what, Seth Babin hit him in the backfield. He was able to kick back. He didn't lose yards on the play, but Babin was in the backfield in a hurry.
He was, and Hood was right there with him too. So
3rd down and 6, and this is you always want to pull the positives out of the out of everything that you see. And what I am impressed with here is you still got Jack Hood and Babin and Hurley and Weekman and the defensive starters.
Well,
they are out here. They're working.
Yeah, they've had a whole game of football and they're not quitting.
Whitehead's going to roll to his left, and he's going to try to take it himself. Oh, he's going to throw, and that is in the end zone for a touchdown.
I don't know how they actually called that a touchdown, as the receiver was literally laying on the ground when he caught the ball.
Well, as someone who's, I've umpired baseball games and all that, from what I will say is the ref had a little bit better of a view as he was standing right there.
Yeah, he did. The guy looked really comfortable when he caught it. That's all.
Yes, and it was a great catch, but Whitehead was rolling to his left. He was under pressure, and the extra point is up, and no good.
Just a bit outside. That could have been the wind. Wind's picking up.
It is picking up a little bit. I was looking at the flag. I was waiting to see the flag blow. 3 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the ball game. 42-0. And I knew, talking to the coaches, they said this was it was gonna be a tough test. And I think what you want you would like to see some more consistency on offense, and probably some the goal of the offense is to run the clock and grind it out and then end in a score, right? And that's where
ultimately,
because they've done some good things of grinding the clock and making some good plays. They just haven't been able to put it together to finish a drive.
Yeah, well, like we were talking about a little earlier, this is a new offense going into this year, and they don't have a whole lot of ground time with it. I think they'll just continue to improve.
Yep. How can you not? You either get better or worse every single day.
Yeah.
Lago Vista Viking, the Viking Sports Network is proudly sponsored by Colin Kurth at the Sail and Ski Center in Austin, where we make boating easy. Call 512-300-6902 for all of your boating needs. As Whitehead kicks that ball, it's going to be picked up by Sam Hurley at the 25. He runs laterally to his left, taken down at the 30. We'll go maybe 29-yard line.
On the upside, too, it looks like we do have some rain to the north, but cloudy as it may be, it looks like we'll have a somewhat peaceful drive back to Lago Vista this evening.
Excellent.
Hope everybody remains safe, and this will definitely help.
Well, it's funny, I was talking to kids today and parents today about, the band, and they're like, do we play in the rain? And it's actually been a nice night. There were some pretty heavy storms close to us as we got here, but it's been a nice night for football. The field's been wet and, kind of muddy, but that's not bad to play in the mud. That's going to be a pitch to Cody Jackson, who's going to bounce that outside to the 30. Nice hit by number 27, Kobe Allen.
Yeah, a little bit of slip and slide coming out of there, too. You just brought it up. This field is still pretty wet. I mean, we did have a rain delay at the beginning with some lightning, mainly lightning delay. Looks like the folks back home in Lago are currently, or just did get a little bit of rain. Hopefully it'll move
you weren't
out of
lying.
there.
Like, you did want to be a meteorologist. You're like,
Hey, I used to watch the weather radar all the time.
And the snap is fumbled. In at quarterback now is number 12, Nathan Weekman.
You got some good yardage on that.
And that was a good play by Weekman to just maintain your head. Don't panic. The snap got dropped. Well, okay. What are we going to do? He picked up the ball and
first down.
and moved the chain. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 40-yard line. We've got number 9, Isaac Roney, spread wide to the left. Sam Hurley. Oh, well, going to be a flag on that play as Lane Powers. That's unfortunate. Lane Powers broke one up the middle across midfield, taken down at the Viking 40. The Badger 44-yard line. We had Hurley and Jackson in motion at the same time.
That was a good 15-yard run. Through a lot of traffic.
Yes.
He just plowed his way through there, kept his legs high and feet driving.
Just to decline the penalty.
Maybe
do that.
He might have just dropped it on accident. Just pick it up. Pick it up, put it back in your pocket.
Those referees have there's no sense of humor when it comes to throwing penalties either. My bad.
No.
All right. So
apparently that flag did mean something.
All right, Weekman is back under center. In the backfield, we've got Sam Hurley, Lane Powers, and that is Fisher Topo, who's going to take the pitch along to the right side. He's going to break through the 40, the 50, 45, stepped out of bounds.
He had a lot.
Oh, boy, that was a nice run, nice gain. Fisher Topo hit that hard. Looks like they're going to mark him that he's going to step out at the 47-yard line.
He had a lot of Badger pursuit, and he made a beautiful cut. You should have seen, if you could have seen the wave of blue that was headed in one direction and tried to track back the other direction.
Yeah, he did great. Nice run by Topo. Isaac Roney spreads out wide to the left. Yeah, Fisher, Topo, Sam Hurley, and Lane Powers in the backfield. Lane Powers takes a carry up the middle, goes across the 45. We'll bring up 2nd and 6. 1 minute 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. Land passes 42, Lago Vista 0. As number 6, Johnny Hernandez checks into offense. Number 3, Cody Jackson comes back. Fisher Tobo checks out. Johnny Hernandez is saying, just give me the ball. Send it to me deep.
No, the Vikings have a little bit of energy build up here. Glimmer of hope.
They're going to fake to Hernandez. Nathan Weekman, the lefty, goes out to Sam Hurley. Pass incomplete.
I don't know. I think he should have a little pass interference. He's kind of giving him the business.
Yeah, there was a lot of hand fighting on between those two. Nevertheless, they'll bring up 3rd down and 6. I think it would be nice if we could throw a flag from up here.
Oh. They'd kick me out of the stadium.
There's only 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 or 5 referees on the field. We can see it obviously better as Nathan Weekman pitches to Sam Hurley. Hit hard as it goes around the edge. That's going to bring up 4th down. We'll probably go 4th down and 3 would be my guesstimate.
I'd say you're pretty accurate.
Thank you. Well, go 4th down and 4. Apparently I wasn't a yard off.
Again, that goes right back to I think we spotted the ball in a better spot than the official did. So
36 seconds remaining in the ballgame. This will probably be the last play. So Weekman's going to fake that to Lane Powers. He might have a shot as he gets to the 15, the 10, the 5, and they knock him out at the 1 yard line.
There's 21 seconds of football left, red zone.
It's so funny. I heard when Weekman broke that, did you hear the fan? Oh, no.
I don't know that was so much the fan as it was the rest of this booth.
Maybe that was the booth. Okay. I heard somebody. All right, 21 seconds remaining in the game. Vikings want to get a score just to get a little positive momentum. Cody Jackson, Sam Hurley, and Johnny Hernandez in the backfield. And Weekman is...
All right, now.
There's no official markers. He took that in the inside, took that up the middle. There it is. Touchdown, Vikings.
That's got to feel good for the Vikings.
Yep.
Little redemption.
Well, and you know what's impressive about that one is, if you look at the defensive line for Lampasas,
they're big
that's
guys.
one of the biggest defensive lines that will play this year. So that gives you a little confidence going forward that, hey, you know what? When we need a score later in the season, and we got to get that 1 yard, we did it against Lampasas. Let's do it again.
Well, see, I didn't think Bobby Gerace went all the way to New York. I think he's number 75 down there for Lampasas.
And the Vikings are going for the extra point. Here's the kick, and
roughing the kicker.
The kick is good. That's going to be roughing the kicker. I believe that's a 35-point penalty.
I'd like that. That would be great. Laces out, Dan.
Viking Sports Network Radio is proudly sponsored by Colin Kurth at the Sail and Ski Center in Austin, where we make boating easy. Call 300-6902 for all of your boating needs. Thank you to Colin. And again, I don't know if he's going to do this every time, but last time at the home games, he had a pretty awesome boat out at the home games, and go check it out. Go talk to him. And if you're talking about a boat, if you have a boat, if you need some maintenance, anything that you need.
Yeah, it looked like he had a pretty nice kind of ski wakeboard boat out there, and we are lake people.
Yep.
That is appealing to us, as well as it should be everyone else.
You also know when you're hungry and you're hanging out at Lake Travis and you start craving that pizza, but usually you panic and you go hungry, or maybe worse, and you make a pit stop at a sad food stand. But with Domino's Pizza Hotspots, you can get pizza delivered right at Arrowhead Park. In fact, now you can get Domino's delivered to over 50 outdoor locations around Lago Vista. No address required when you order. Enjoy any 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas for just $5.99 each every single day. 2-item minimum. Handmade pan pizzas will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit Domino's.com for details on Domino's Hotspots. So we're going to mark this roughing the kicker off on the kickoff for the Vikings, as we have 10 seconds left in the ball game, as Bryce Erickson's going to be kicking off from the 45.
If they kicked it really hard, we might get a field goal out of this.
That's the goal. And they faked the onside kick, and they're not going to do it. We saw that last week. They actually kicked one out of there. That was exciting.
Hey, you know what? There's a reason behind it.
All right, we've got Bryce Erickson ready to kick. Preston Coffey, Isaac Roney also there to kick if we want to do a little razzle-dazzle, but we're not going to. He's going to kick that deep. It's going to land in the end zone, go back out of the backside of the end zone, and Willie will have one more play, unless somebody wants to be kind of annoying and call a timeout after this play.
Yeah, timeouts are there for a reason. This would not be one of those times.
This is not a timeout required.
No.
Come on, we got to get one more play. One more play. We'll make it work.
But we have good field position. And 10 entire seconds left.
It looks like Lampass is going to go to the victory formation. They'll snap it and call it a day. And Ace Whitehead takes the knee as the final seconds click off on the clock. Decisive victory for the Lampasas Badgers, 42-7 over the Lago Vista Vikings.
And no timeouts were called.
There's the win for us.
Yeah, there's a silver lining.
Now we'll be back to wrap it up from... we'll say Badger Stadium. Is it Badger Stadium?
This is Badger Stadium.
Okay, we'll be right back to wrap it up from Badger Stadium. Eric Holt, Will Herring, Viking Sports Network, powered by KMAX Sports.
You know when you're hanging at Lake Travis and you start craving pizza? Usually you panic and go hungry, or worse, you make a pit stop at a sad food stand. But with Domino's Hotspots, you can get pizza delivered right to Arrowhead Park. In fact, now you can get Domino's delivered to over 50 outdoor locations around Lago Vista. No address required. When you order, enjoy any 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas for just $5.99 each every day. 2-item minimum. Handmade pan pizzas will be extra. Ask for limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit Domino's.com for details on Domino's Hotspot. Sail and Ski Center is a full-service boating lifestyle store. Whether it's selecting and purchasing a new or used boat, maintaining the boat you already have, or enjoying your boat with friends and family, Sail and Ski is dedicated to delivering the absolute best boat ownership experience for all of our customers. That's why Sail and Ski was voted Boating Industry Magazine's #1 boat dealership in North America. Find us at our locations in Austin or in Lakeway, or at www.sailandski.com. At Sail and Ski Center, we make selecting, owning, enjoying, and servicing your boat easy.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet, covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPE, Texas.com. And also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.